Welcome to part 16 or episode 16 of my F1 22 My Team career mode. And this weekend GP is the Azerbaijan GP, Azerbaijan circuit or whatever, Baku. And this is all the things I got after the free practice 3. So like all the R&D points and the R&D discounts, as you can see. And for the durability and the powertrain, and I think there was like an aerodynamic one as well. And here's the team acclaims after practice. I'm above Schumacher. He's 14, I'm 15. The team is 19. Here we are. It's just Mark telling me, I don't know what he's telling me. But with all of our new R&D points, I'm going to make some upgrades. I'm just looking through, see which one is the cheapest and which ones I can actually have space to upgrade. Oh, I think I can't do any powertrain ones because I am on the max 2 upgrades for that already. I'm going to make aerodynamic upgrade. There we go. Capacity reach for powertrains. And then I am going to make what does it look like? I'm going to make a durability upgrade. So 1 aerodynamics and 1 durability. There we go. MGUK. So our reliability is pretty good, or durability pretty good for our car. I think I said when we have one of the best, but for everything else it's pretty bad actually. Here we go, going into our qualifying session now at the Azerbaijan GP or Baku. There's us putting on our helmet over a big noggin. We're just gonna go some soft tires, and then from the practice we already had our setup ready, and it looks like our gearbox is kind of worn, but shouldn't be a problem until the next GP. So here we are going into our lap. Now just be quiet for the out lap and go straight into the race.
Ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who'll be fronting the grid. Sainz, Russell and Lewis Hamilton. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix. afternoon and welcome from Baku. This was the arena, if you think back to 2017, of one of the most eventful races of modern history, with controversy behind the safety car, last-second overtakes, and a historic podium for Williams and for Lance Stroll. Let's find out what lies in store for us this year. It's time for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. With 20 turns and a length of 3.7 miles, Baku City Circuit in the heart of the Azerbaijan capital is a real test of a driver's endurance, patience and precision. 90-degree corners through Sector 1 lead into a tightening uphill sprint as we start to circle around the old city. Then a 1.4-mile chase flat out through Sector 3 towards the finish line. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. It's Carlos Sainz in pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Hamilton, Norris, Max Verstappen and Leclerc, Vettel, Ricciardo, Fernando Alonso and Valtteri Bottas, Schwartzman, Gasly, Oscar Piastri and Joe, Stroll, Tsunoda, Esteban Ocon and Alex Albon, Magnussen, Hughes, Mick Schumacher and Nicholas Latifi. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. It's just about time to go down to the track for the beginning of the race, but before we do, Anthony Davidson, what types of strategy do you think we can expect for today's event?
Well, there's a lot that both the driver and the team have to keep in mind when going into a race. The tyres, fuel, energy recovery systems, the list goes on and on. But I think the key to today's victory will come down to the pit stop strategy. Come in too soon and you might find yourself needing more than one stop. Too late and you're putting yourself at a disadvantage by spending longer on worn tyres.
Right then, the formation lap gets underway here on the streets of Baku. I suspect the drivers today will be very mindful of that narrow uphill section at the Old Town Wall. It requires pinpoint accuracy and perhaps more crucially, courage. We're almost ready to start the race as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
Alright, that is the formation lap over, so we have 5 lights out and away we go. We start P20 with some softs. You see we lose a position to our teammate Schumacher, where Schumacher and Latifi are on some mediums and look like there was a little crash and some carbon fiber. And I don't know who that is. Let's see, we see any wing damage on the people in front of us? No, it must be one of the people behind us. I think it was Kevin Magnussen since he's all the way in the back of the pack. And yep, it was him. He is out of this session. So now it's just left 21 drivers while I make a dive bomb on the outside of the other Aston Martin of Lance Stroll. Making another dive bomb on the inside now of Robert Schwartzman. I think there was a little contact with my rear left tire on his front wing, but it should be fine because he's still behind us. And now all we have in front of us is the medium tire runners of Bottas and Piastri. We're in a half sandwich with Piastri in P10 and Schwartzman right behind us in P13. I'm stuck P12, and in this whole castle section I'm a little squirmy right there. You can see even though the race just started, so the tire wear should be nothing. Still P12, just stuck behind Bottas. And I know that place isn't a spot for overtaking. I try to have a look around the outside. I'm just right under his rear wing. You see, and that's basically the end of lap 1. We gained 8 positions starting from P20, now we're P12. 8 positions in one lap, that's pretty good. Carlos Sainz has the fastest lap with a 146. I see there's now the start of lap 2. We set a lap time of 153. And we're just right behind Bottas's rear wing waiting. And I think there was a little love tap with my front wing right there in his rear end. I'm gaining on him. He goes defensive. See, I go around the outside around this turn and I make the move and it sticks. We are now P11 with the Haas of Piastri in front of us and the Alpine of Alonso in front of him. And Alonso is also on the mediums like Piastri and Bottas. So I'm just stuck between medium runners now, with Schwartzman being a soft runner behind Bottas. I'm going into the castle section now. I'm still 1 second ahead of Piastri. So once that DRS is activated, it should be a pretty easy overtaking. While saying that, we get our first track limits warning. And we set a green sector 1. Let's see if our sector 2 and should be coming soon, I think. There we go. We set a green sector 2 as well. I think this should be our fastest lap of the race. Notice we set a faster one when we're on our medium stint, and looks like I did rub my left front tire. I'm just checking with Mark if there's any damage. No, there isn't. The fastest lap is a 143.6. And there was no damage to the front wing or anything, as you can also see on the right. And there was no action on lap 3, so I just skipped ahead. The time for lap 3 was a 144.084, which is our fastest time so far. I try to have a look around Piastri's outside, going into turn 1, and it didn't work, but I get DRS with him on this second straight. Basically going into turn 3. And I see I have a look-see around the outside. The mistake might have hit the wall a little, and then I look down the inside, turn 4, and that one sticks. So I move up into the points position, P10, so 1 point, which is not that good, but at least it's a point, you know? There's like 11 other drivers that don't have points. And I might have hit that wall on the outside, maybe not. Well, going into this castle section now. I am now chasing down the Alpine of Alonso. He's on some medium tires, but my softs are running out of time because it is lap 4. I think my pit strategy was to pit at the end of lap 5, so my softs should be dying. If I open up my MFD, I can check. And then there's Ricardo in front of Alonso. He's on some softs. He's on the Ferrari, and he's my rival. So if I want to beat my rival, I need to get in front of Ricardo or Ricciardo. I don't know how people say. Some people say Ricardo, Ricciardo, I don't know, Daniel. And it looks like, yeah, my tires are at 28, 29 on the rears, 18, 19 on the fronts. Oh, I don't know if that's good or bad, but nothing happened on lap 5, so I just skipped ahead. And going into the pitch now, looks like we have Hamilton, Verstappen, Ricardo, Norris. Who else? These names are too fast. Latifi, Schwartzman, Stroll, and Joe. And there we go, our pit stop is done. I'm surprised the team didn't change the front wing. If it was me, I personally would have changed the front wing, but they didn't. So I'm just gonna have to drive around with a little broken right front ring, on the right side of the front wing. Nothing happened lap 6, so I just skipped ahead. It was a time of 2 minutes. No, that was also in the pit stop anyway. So the extra 15 seconds came from. Nothing happened that lap as well, so I just skipped ahead. We set a 144.753 in lap 7. Now I'm getting into this DRS train right here. What does it look like? And then, oh, there was some major, I guess, fighting, but I get DRS, and it looks like Alonso was kind of slow there because I was able to overtake him. Ricardo was able to overtake him, and I overtake both of them heading into turn 3. And now, heading into turn 4, I am P9, which is 2 points, maybe, I don't know. I think it is 2 points, I'm not sure. But I am now in front of Ricardo, which is my rival. So I will be getting some more, I guess, rival points than he does. So we'll see if I have a chance to beat him in that, I don't know, rivalry. It looks like we have the 2 McLarens of Norris and Vettel in front of us. And, Vettel in the McLaren, pretty good actually. If Vettel can give him a good car, maybe next season, this season, I think he could fight for his 5th world championship. That'd be pretty good. We should sign Vettel. Who knows? Place a German for a German, because Mick is not doing it for us this season. I'm replacing him. I think I've already decided, but yeah, he's gonna be gone. So it looks like Ricardo is within our 1 second gap. So he will get DRS from us, and I will not get DRS from Vettel. I think I know why Alonso was so slow going to turn 1. He's on some hards. Straight out the pits, they must be cold. I don't know why Alpine pitted him for hards. It looks like the car would try to overtake us right there. And it looks like Lennon Norris in the McLaren set the fastest lap of 1:43. That's pretty good. I had green sector 1s and 1, 2, but then sector 3 is our slowest sector. I think it's because of the front wing damage, but we just keep lap after lap. See, green sector 1, green sector 2. We can't improve. Oh, we actually did improve. 144.043. This is our best time so far. That was our fastest time for lap 11. Lap 12 is a 144.681. It looks like we moved up into P8. I don't know what happened. I think it was the Haas. No. It was Ocon. Ocon in the Alpine, he pitted because I think he was on some mediums. He was on some alternate strategy. So he pitted, which moved us up a place. So now he's P8. Now we have P6 Norris, P7 Vettel, P8 us, P9 Ricardo, P10 Alonso. So even Alonso on the hards, I don't know how he kept that 1 point, So now we are on the final lap, lap 13 out of 13. I do 25% races. Maybe I should do 30 or not 30, 50%. I feel like 50% would make the video so much longer than it already is. Maybe I just need to cut more things out. Or maybe I'll start doing 50%. I don't know yet. On to our final lap. We are setting a green sector 1. And we are almost out of ERS. So let's see our sector 2 time. We should just be down this hill. Our sector 2. I don't know why we're still using ERS. We're about to run out. And our sector 2 is green. So I think we're gonna set our personal best time this lap. So I think our best time will just be a 144.043. I'm on 2% ERS left. It looks like Carlos Sainz is a race winner. Just like in Spain, we did back for back. Maybe he's gonna be the next world champion. Ferrari. Last season was Ferrari Leclerc, and this season Ferrari Sainz. After Leclerc left, I don't know why. He should have stayed with Ferrari after giving him the championship win. But it looks like I become driver of the day. No, I thought Lewis Hamilton was gonna be our championship fight, but it looks like Carlos Sainz might be, because Ferrari's just giving him a good package this season. And here he comes, Carlos Sainz the race winner, back-to-back wins, which might be fueling him up right now for this season fight. It looks like Russell is P2, Leclerc P3, old teammates Sainz and Leclerc, Hamilton, Verstappen, Norris, Vettel, us, Ricardo, Alonso, Piastri, Gasly, Zhou, Sonoda. We moved up from 20 to 8. That's pretty good. Albon, Ocon, Stroll, Schumacher, Latifi, Bottas, and our two non-finishers, Schwartzman and Magnussen, which they DNF, did not finish. And there's a championship fight. Carlos Sainz moving to P2, Russell to P3. We're still in P1. Hamilton was down P4. Leclerc moved up to P5. And just some more spots moving up and down. Mercedes is still top spot while we're P5. We moved down. How could we move down? But there is the rivalry breakdown. We each get 3 for that race. But I am 28. He has one race left. It looks like I'm gonna beat him. So here's the acclaim for the race. After I move up to 16, Schumacher still 14. The team moves up to 19. I mean, it was still 19. We get $500,000 of sponsorship money. There we go. Maybe I should get some new sponsors. But I like these sponsors. They're not too hard. So I'll get the money every week in case we really do need the money. But I don't think we need the money that bad because we're still fighting for podiums and stuff. I think we just need to develop our car more because we're still last. We're behind Williams. We're P11 in that R&D chart. There we go. Schumacher, 21 more days, 3 more weeks. I think I'm going to make some upgrades. So development feedback and power mapping. So we have our resource point income boosted and our engine wear reduced. And I didn't buy the driver acclaim one because what am I gonna do with the acclaim anyway? What does that earn me? Except for like boosting the team one, that's all I can think of. But my acclaim doesn't really matter. Looks like we are going to add Pierre Gasly and the AlphaTauri to our watch list because when picking a new teammate, I want to pick someone above our teammate. So Schumacher's 14. I want to pick someone 15. There we go. And it says we do not have enough cash to afford our teammate's contract renewal. He might not be our teammate. Here we going into the Canadian GP. And that's it. So thank you for watching. Like, subscribe. Get us to 185. Thank you for 180. Join us on the next episode. Also, happy birthday, Michael Jordan. I recorded this video 23 minutes long.